I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about synchronicity and...
Synchronicity is your physical reality's way of expressing that everything happens all at once, but it can't really show you that in a physical space-time framework. It is a representation that it is important for you to begin to see into whole systems instead of focusing too much on the parts. It's a way of understanding how everything is connected, how everything is a different expression, a different reflection of one basic thing, all that is, existence itself. It's a way of allowing you to know when you experience synchronicity that you're in the proper state to be in full alignment with yourself. It's your road marker that tells you you are squarely on the path that you are. It is, again, the organizing principle of life that brings you, through the presentation of what excites you the most, the things you need to do in the order in which it's important for you to do them. And whatever you don't have time to do at the end of the day when you are excited about being tired, didn't need to be done that day. It's that much of an organizing principle. Everything falls into place. That's why our civilization functions on what we call pure synchronism. Everyone is exactly where they need to be, when they need to be there, interacting with exactly whom they need to interact with, when they need to interact with them, getting exactly what they need from them, and giving them exactly what they need in perfect timing. Pure synchronism. It's the organizing principle. Does this help?
Yes. So when synchronicities show up in our lives that are fun, what else should we make of them? Like, for instance...
As I said, it is showing you that you are now in the proper state from which to do any action in your life. That's the state you want to stay in. That's the state you come from. Anytime, here's the secret, again, anytime you can remember what it felt like to be in a specific state, you have to actually already be in that state in order to remember having been in that state. That's the trick, because you cannot experience what you're not the vibration of first. So the trick, the way you trick yourself into it, is think back to a time when you enjoyed a particular state of being. You actually had to be in that state to have the memory of being in that state before. So that's how you sort of bootstrap yourself into the state. Now, the important thing to remember is it may not always feel identical, because you are not the same person that you were then when you experienced that state before. But that doesn't mean you're not in the proper state when you experience that idea of synchronicity. That's the state. Come from that state. That's more your natural self. That's more your true vibration, your signature frequency. You're in alignment at that point. Just choose that state for yourself in all the ways that it can manifest, and take your actions on your passion knowing you're in that state. And get to the point, perhaps, as a suggestion, where there is simply no other choice for you that makes as much sense, that feels as much like you. There is no other choice. That's the easiest way. There's no other choice that you prefer. It's the easiest way not to think about, how do I maintain that state? You don't. You just get to the point where you realize nothing else makes sense for you. And then it's automatic. You wouldn't choose anything else. Why would you? Does that help?
Yes.